In the stillness of the dawn, as the low light gently uncovers the earth, wonder fills the heart. What is the nature of this world? What lies beyond appearances, at the very core of existence? Non-dualist thinkers across the ages invite us into a profound contemplation. Are we the canvas upon which the universe is painted? If we could penetrate the surface to the depths from where all experience springs forth, would we find consciousness itself at the very heart of the world? Western materialist understanding of the universe has led to an incredible mastery over our physical world. From petrochemicals to satellites and artificial intelligence, our technological prowess would appear godlike to earlier civilizations. So powerful as to harness the energy of the stars. The idea that everything can be explained by interactions of matter and physical forces is so pervasive in our technological worldview that we even envision ourselves in materialist terms. To us moderns, consciousness is merely a byproduct of trillions of neurons firing, and it is commonly held that the brain is the hardware upon which the software of the self runs. But what if this physicalist model was merely one way of envisioning the world? What if that which occurs around us and deep within us is nothing like it seems?
In the depths of our being, we discover an awareness that is ever present, unchanging.
Non-dualist thinkers, scientists, and spiritual leaders bring to light a surprising idea: that consciousness is not merely a backdrop to our thoughts and perceptions, but is, instead, the very substance from which they arise. The scent of a rose, the warmth of a sunbeam, the taste of chocolate. All of these pleasures, and the pains as well, are known only within the field of consciousness. Without this field, there would be no experience, no existence as we know it. In this worldview, consciousness is seen as primary, and the physical world is a manifestation unfolding within consciousness. This perspective is echoed in various spiritual traditions, including Advaita Vedanta, which teaches that the ultimate reality and the individual self are one and the same. The material world, with all its diversity and complexity, is seen as a play of consciousness.
Give your attention to the experience of seeing rather than to the object seen, and you will find yourself everywhere.
Non-dualist writer and teacher Rupert Spira suggests our everyday experiences are shaped by the lens of consciousness. Colors, sounds, and textures are not inherent properties of the external world, but are constructed within the mind. Renowned teacher Sri Ramana Maharshi emphasized the illusory nature of the individual self. According to Ramana, the sense of being a separate entity is a mental construct that veils our true nature. Ramana's teachings highlight the idea that the perceived separation between subject and object, self and other, is an illusion. In reality, there is only one undivided consciousness experiencing itself through different forms and perspectives. It is not localized within individuals, but is a universal presence underlying all phenomena. But if consciousness is fundamental, then how does physical reality arise from consciousness? One cognitive scientist at the University of California, Irvine, believes he may have a working theory. Dr. Donald Hoffman proposes that natural selection doesn't necessarily favor true perceptions of reality. Instead, evolution selects for perceptions that aid in survival. In other words, our senses don't show us reality as it is, but rather as a useful representation for our survival. Indeed, different organisms perceive the world in endlessly novel ways. Honeybees, unlike us, can see ultraviolet light, an adaptation that corresponds with the UV-absorbing areas on flowers. Honeybees can also perceive the electric field a flower emits in order to communicate whether it is producing nectar or not. This is how evolution tweaks an organism's perceptions for survival. Hoffman extends evolutionary theory to our perception of reality. He suggests that our perception of space and time are not accurate representations of reality at all. Instead, they are constructs shaped by evolutionary pressures. Rather than a faithful reflection of the true nature of the universe, our perception of space-time is akin to a virtual reality headset that evolution has equipped us with in order to navigate the world more effectively. Hoffman's theory of consciousness suggests that our perceptions create a simplified, pragmatic version of reality, rather than an accurate depiction of the world as it truly is. In this view, time and space do not actually exist, and what remains is the fundamental nature of consciousness itself. We are what Hoffman calls conscious agents, using our virtual headsets to interact with each other. And, according to the theory, we get into trouble when we mistake the headset for reality. Non-dualism comes with profound implications for our scientific worldview. As for ourselves, our bodies age, our thoughts fluctuate, and our emotions flow, yet there is something within us that remains unchanged. Teacher Nisargadatta Maharaj described consciousness as the unchanging witness of all experiences. He distinguished between the transient aspects of our existence and the constant awareness that observes these changes. It is by identifying with this unchanging witness, rather than the ephemeral phenomena, one can move towards greater liberation and peace. Every moment, every breath is an expression of consciousness. This is not an intellectual exercise, but a homecoming to our true nature. Where we find peace, for we are not separate from the world, but at the very heart of it. Integral parts of the vast conscious whole.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to see similar videos on this channel.